Let's run it.
We on it. We on it. We live. We live. We
What
live.
up? What up? What up?
Pop
Pop
up,
up.
pop up. Welcome
So
back.
We
back,
back.
episode 28. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
Been a
man.
minute.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it. We're not gonna waste no time. Hopefully, everybody can hear us all. Hopefully, we ain't having no technical difficulties with the audio. But before we start, we're gonna mention real quick. Obviously, we've been trying to get things situated with the channel. Things been coming together a little bit.
Definitely.
Obviously, this takes time, effort, money, and all of that. So we know we're still in the beginning stages, but at some point in the video, at either in a link or in the bio, we're gonna put a link to a Cash App just in case anybody that's with us and believes in the cause and wants to be a part of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Donate, even if it's $1, $2. We definitely gonna put it towards this. All good.
Facts.
We definitely gonna put it towards the channel and just keep building. And we got some other stuff we gonna tell you about as far as the weekend of the 14th or whatever coming up at the end of the show. But let's jump right into it right now.
Word.
First thing we're gonna talk about some sports stuff. I didn't get to check this out, but I think you guys saw the NFL draft. I didn't get to check it out. So anything interested? Anything? I haven't really been keeping up with the NFL stuff. Not gonna lie.
Well, it's been a strong narrative as far as the top quarterbacks being drafted in this NFL draft.
Right.
Particularly because the black quarterbacks seem to have the more talent, except for the first overall pick in Trevor Lawrence, who's a white quarterback. There's other quarterbacks who seem like they have much better talent than a couple other quarterbacks that are being looked over them. So it was interesting to see that out of the two, more particularly with San Francisco, it was really skeptical about who they were going to be taking, and they actually ended up taking Trey Lance, who is a black quarterback from North Dakota State, I believe.
Right.
And so very, very happy for him. So far we haven't gotten a pick for New York yet, except the Jets. The Jets did get Zach Wilson as projected. But yeah, pretty much that's it. I don't know if you caught anything.
I know it's going on right now. To be
Giants
honest,
is actually on the clock right now.
yeah. To be honest, I ain't really pay attention to college football, especially what I'm saying after COVID and all that.
Yeah.
I ain't really pay attention to college football because of that, you know what I'm saying? But
it's crazy too, because they mentioned that they're mentioning that in the draft. Like a lot of these players are like, oh, we only know this much information about them because they only played X amount of games because of COVID, and it's just crazy the times we living in, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm hoping it seems like everything's coming good now. Stadiums are people are gonna be able to go to stadiums. They're gonna be able to run at full capacity. So hopefully next season I'll be able to watch some more college football and I know more about the the draft and everything.
Facts. And hopefully we playing some college football video games too.
Facts.
Yeah, baking on that still.
Things definitely been weird, sports-wise, thanks to COVID. But
yeah.
Which is something we're gonna talk about later too, as far as what's going on right now with COVID and the status, and if things are getting back to normal. But like I said, we're gonna talk about that later. The next thing we're gonna get into real quick. I know over the past weekend or the past week or so. A lot of people was talking to me. Everybody got a chance, or most people got a chance to check out Mortal Kombat, the movie, the new Mortal Kombat. Those of us that are like around our age are familiar with the old Mortal Kombat movie that came out. I would say this is definitely a major improvement. You could tell they definitely put a lot of money and effort into this this new reboot, I guess you call it. I'm gonna give my opinion on it. Well, besides what I just said in a little bit, but Clay, I think Don, he didn't get a chance to check it out. So
not yet. I think I'm gonna watch it this weekend though. Definitely, 100%.
For sure. So
let me know. I got the account.
I know you was like just like me. You long time Mortal Kombat fan, and we've been playing the games for like forever. So what did you think of this?
I got mixed emotions.
Same.
As far as how I feel about it, first thing I'm gonna say what was good about it, because I never want to put the movie down. Because again, we've been long time Mortal Kombat fans, especially through my brother. Shout out to the Dapper, to my brother Raquel. But yeah, man, like as far as like the fighting scenes, the fatality scenes, like I like how they incorporated the fatality scenes. Like I thought that was dope. Believe it or not, a lot of people have been putting down Liu Kang. I honestly like the mannerisms of this Liu Kang as opposed to the one from the first movie where he was like the main character. Only because in the video games, like if like Liu Kang seems like this mysterious, monk mannerism type of dude, you know what I'm saying, who's calm, but then once he starts fighting, he turns up. And this dude was more ripped than the last, no homo. This dude was more ripped than the last Liu Kang. So that's why I'm like, I don't see what anybody was like really complaining about when it came to that. My only issue with the movie is, and it's not a huge issue, but I just feel like they were reaching with the Cole Young situation with the main character. Because it had me thinking like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, is this a character I never knew about? Like, I overlooked, and I looked it up, and they were like, no, this is a character that they specifically made for the movie. And I'm like, it makes sense, because if Scorpion had a descendant, I would have been knew about who Scorpion's descendant was, because of how much I pay attention to Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I get it. They had to make a story out of it, but I felt like in that aspect, they were reaching a little bit, and it kind of bothered me.
Right. I agree, kind of. I mean, and first off, my opinion, I agree with you on, like, I had, I had my ifs and buts about it. Mm-hmm. Overall, I would say it was good. I thought it was cool overall. For me though, the show stealer was Kano though. I feel like every scene that Kano was in, he would, like, on top of being funny, he was really true to the character of Kano. And Scorpion was cool too. I think I like how they treated his character. He wasn't like the main character. It was more so about his legend and his, like, his backstory and how he becomes Scorpion. That was cool. Yeah. On the negative side, I would say there was a couple like corny parts, and they were parts that they really wanted to make sure they had things that fans of the video game would love, like the catchphrases and stuff. But well, ironically, like you were saying, for me, the major kind of issue was this main character dude, the Cole Young. I was watching it with Casey, and the whole time we were watching it, he was like, yo, this dude's like a creative player. Like, he's like the creative player, like the story mode, like, you know what I mean? But I like what, I don't want to spoil everything, but I like what he ended up, what he meant to the story. But at the same time, he was just kind of bland to me. Like, he was just kind of like, he didn't really have no flavor, no kind of like, he was just there, you know what I mean?
Like, they should have, if they were smart enough, they should have built up a hype to such a like a new special character, especially if it's gonna be the main character. And they could have did a fucking reboot with like a video game or something, and like really do the whole new spin-off. Like, man, whoever was writing the story, they ain't get the details right. But it's all right though. I feel like the next movie, like the way the movie ended was fire, which is kind of weird to say. Like, the way it ended was fire, and that's how I know, like, moving forward, it could turn around. Like, maybe this was just a weird phase because it is the first movie. They had to do the introductory phase. But
and I think it was good enough to deserve a second one, a sequel. Like, I'm interested to see, what they would do with the second one, which obviously it did really well. And it looks like the way, like you said, we're not gonna spoil it, but the way it ended looks like that's what they're leading into is a second movie that's gonna be more about the tournament and stuff like that. So.
And a lot of people been shitting on Raiden's character, the actor who played Raiden. I thought he did a great job, and I thought his whole look and everything was fine.
Yeah, I thought he was cool. I thought Raiden was fine. The character, besides the creative player dude who I didn't like,
Cole Young
was Cole Young. Besides him, who I didn't like was dude that played the main. What's the dude? What's the Shao? How do you? I forget any names.
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung. Yeah, he was a bit. He was kind of like not convincing to me. Like, he kind of seemed like a dude in a costume more than he said. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. He was a little convincing to me. I just feel like they did the most with his costume.
Yeah, and the hair and everything.
The hair, they did the most. But as far as how he looked, like, I get it, because when you think about all the different looks that Shang Tsung has had, or even over like the video games, it makes sense, like how he looks.
Word.
But they did do a little bit too much though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it was good. But overall, I would say I'd give it like a 3.5. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Out of 5, I'll give it a 3.5. Yeah. And I'll definitely say check it out. So what would you say, Clay? How would you?
I would say check it out. I ain't gonna lie, like, because there were certain parts of the movie that I appreciated, I would watch it again just to, really
I'm
pick it apart some more.
I'm definitely check it out this weekend. Like I said, I didn't watch it because I specifically wanted to watch it this weekend. So I'm gonna check it out this weekend.
Yeah, check it out for sure.
It's pretty gory though, so watch the kids.
Oh,
it's definitely not it's definitely not a kids movie at all. Between the gore to the language and
my son Kung Lao was wilding.
Yeah, But yeah. So moving on, we're gonna talk about some entertainment stuff. I believe what we got entertainment wise, we're gonna talk about Kodak Black. I was unaware of this until y'all brought it to my attention. I mean, I knew he had a situation going on as far as a sexual assault charge. I thought it was a full-blown like rape case, but I guess now we got lowered to sexual assault.
I think that was the attempted charge.
Yeah, but I guess it got lowered down to just like sexual assault.
Yeah.
Sorry. So apparently he got probation. He pled guilty, he took the guilty plea.
Yes, sir.
So first off, my question I'm gonna ask you first, Don. Do you think that's a proper punishment? You think that was well deserved, or you think this was something that shouldn't even been looked at? What you think?
Well, it looks like pretty much. So how it happened is crazy. It's actually funny, comical to me. But so I don't even know the whole situation. What happened? Whatever happened in South Carolina that he's been fighting for like 5-6 years happened in a hotel room or whatever with a specific female or however that happened. So everybody knows he's been fighting that case for like years now, 4 or 5 years, and he finally, after years of denying it or, saying that he wasn't guilty, he finally decided to cop out on a plea saying he's guilty. And part of the plea deal was probation, and he had to apologize publicly to the defendant or the victim.
Interesting.
Yeah. So he had to apologize publicly. So apparently he did that in the courtroom, and then my guy went to Twitter a couple hours later, and he said, "I ain't did that shit."
Oh man.
He said he ain't do it. He's like, man, I just like pretty much what, a lot of people saying too that he just did the plea just, to avoid.
Yeah, his lawyer obviously, his attorney told him
avoid like 30 years or something like that. He was looking at some crazy time.
Yeah, you ain't trying to take it to trial.
Yeah, exactly. But I just thought it was funny that he went right to Twitter. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bro, you're on probation. I don't think that's the smartest thing to do right after
Definitely not.
You cop out on a plea and bail out on 30 years. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, I heard about the situation when it first occurred, and I felt like, obviously I don't know the details or whatever, but I felt like it was a situation that maybe he was exaggerated a little bit in order for this young lady to get some sort of money or whatever. But it's possible that it was, things happen. So
the thing is, apparently she ain't getting no money. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It seems like that was all for nothing.
You know what I'm saying? He copped out on the plea, and she ain't getting no bread, and all she got was an apology. So wow. I don't know what's going on there, but you know what I'm saying? What I put it to, man, I've been saying, man, Kodak Black, that man got the fire woo lady. Yeah, that man got the fire woo lady.
Nigga say, "I'm the Obia woman."
Yeah, he got the
Obia. Man, I don't know. Luck be on this man's side.
That man got it, boy. I'm trying to find out who he worked with, man, because jeez, that man dodges so much like bullets when it comes to the law and actual bullets.
And literally.
Yeah, literally. So my man is well protected.
Yeah, well protected. Shout out to Kodak Black, man. The ducking and dodging.
And just real quick, just not to go too far off topic, but the Giants actually ended up trading away their 11th pick in the first round because just a pick before, the wide receiver from Alabama that they were going to take, Devontae Smith, got drafted by the Eagles. So it's looking slow for the Giants in this year's draft. So they ended up just trading down. They just gave up the pick to the Bears, and then the Bears actually drafted the other black quarterback, Justin Fields, the one who I believe won the chip in Ohio State.
Got you.
Yeah. So that's how that unfolded. Just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
Got you. Shout out to the Giants.
Get it together though.
Yeah, facts. Well, shout out Kodak and good luck with all them legal problems. Or I guess he has no legal problems now because that was the last of his.
He's good
he's
now.
Scotch free now. Yeah.
Well, he's not
Scotch. He creates new problems.
Just on that probate.
Well, exactly. He's not Scotch free because he on probation.
Right.
You know how probation where any little thing, you know what I'm saying? He can be in a video with a gun. He getting 30 years or whatever years he was supposed to get. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So he got to watch himself because they're gonna be after him.
For sure. All right. So moving on. let's talk about some real news. Let's talk about these this COVID stuff. These mask laws. Well, I don't know. Are they laws? I don't know. So apparently, from what the restrictions, very good. Yes, that's exactly what the hell they are. Restrictions. Apparently, the president, I believe this was yesterday or the day before, the president announced that I believe what the rule is now is that if you've been vaccinated, like you've got both vaccines, right? If you got both vaccines by the end of this month or something, you don't got to wear a mask outside. I think that's what it is, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe one of y'all could look. I heard it's something like that. Yeah.
I could fact check it just to double check.
Yeah, just double check. Time.
But I did see like a bunch of people posting on Instagram, like they were saying that even in large crowds, like it's recommended that you still wear a mask to be safe, but you have a better chance of being okay than obviously someone who didn't get the vaccine.
Right. So yeah, that and a bunch of other stuff, which I guess is definitely relief to a lot of these, especially the far right people that have been very quite upset about these restrictions. And
it's so funny. It's so funny to me that they get so mad about the mask.
Oh, they get really fucking upset. Like,
and it's like
crazy.
They do.
And I don't know. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I'm the type of person where I already don't like having a bunch of like stuff like on my face, or you feel me, or like, you know what I mean. And I feel like it hasn't bothered me that much, like especially to the point to be like, damn, when is this gonna end? You know what I mean? Like, it's like if they told me we have to wear these masks for another 2 years, I wouldn't even trip, bro. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Somebody made a real good point. They're like, yo, you know what I'm saying? These people complain about the mask, going into the stores with the mask and saying it's their right to not wear a mask and this, that, and the other. But you know how much stores before this mask situation had signs that said no shirt, no shoes, no entry?
Yeah,
come on, man. Like, these people are bugging. Yo, just abide by the company's rules. If they ask you to wear a mask to come into place, then wear the damn mask. It's crazy.
Like it's crazy because, like I said, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like if they told me that we had to keep wearing them, I wouldn't be that upset. You know what I'm saying? Do I think it's a little bit too early to be taking them off? I don't know. At this point, I don't even freaking know. The news is telling you, the news is telling you, I guess if you got the shot, you're good. But then, what about us people? Like, if you didn't get the shot, so are we the only ones now that have the problem? Like, if you didn't get the shot, I feel like they can't make up their mind on if you got the shot, if you are 100% good or if you are not.
I don't know. I'm starting to look at I'm starting to look at COVID as like just a higher case of the flu. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be one of those things where it's like either you get the shot for it and know that you'll be good just in case you get it, or you don't get the shot for it and take the risk. Like,
I do believe you know what I'm saying? I could be speaking too soon, but I do believe the worst part of COVID is over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would agree. I would agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? So just like Clay said, like it could turn out to just a little more intense kind of flu. You know what I mean? And get the shot if when flu season comes around and you're the type of person who gets that flu, like go get that shot. But if you're not and you decide you don't want to, then hey, it's up to you. You know what I mean? Like we do have rights. You know what I'm saying? Here we do have rights. I don't know if they're like eventually gonna decide to make sure everybody's vaccinated. I don't even know how they would do it. If it's something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but we have our rights right now, so people can decide if they want to take the shot or if they don't. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, they're pushing the people to go get the shot because they just want to make sure everybody's straight, but
right.
I don't know.
So I feel like, obviously, and especially with that news now, with the president saying that if you have both vaccines and you're good, that you don't got to wear the mask, I think that's going to make people lean even more towards going to go get this vaccine, especially like people that we're talking about that already.
Differ.
Yeah, you don't think so?
And you know why? Because I was even going to say to you, even as up until to like today, bro, like I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I'm seeing more like, I wouldn't say famous people, but like, some sports coaches and like just, other like public figures coming out saying, if you're young and healthy, I wouldn't get the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now you got people kind of advocating against it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of looking a little wacky. That's why I'm saying I kind of agree with that. That's the thing.
I kind of agree with that. The only reason I do is because the only reason to get the vaccine is to lessen the symptoms of the vaccine.
The symptoms, facts.
It's not to stop it from somebody else getting it. You know what I mean?
Word.
So, like, if you know what I'm saying, you don't if you believe your body is good enough to handle coronavirus or, you know what I'm saying, the flu at that, you know what I'm saying, you can go ahead and just like wing it, not really get the vaccine. If you get coronavirus, you know what I'm saying, you kick it eventually and then boom. I've seen people say, oh yeah, I got coronavirus, I kicked it. You know what I'm saying, I had headaches or whatever, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? But if you're a person who gets sick a lot, go get that vaccine ASAP. ASAP.
Yeah.
I would not like say, hey, don't get the vaccine because you don't know what they putting in. Nah, hell nah. Go get that vaccine, man. Because you may get that coronavirus and shit can take you out.
And then for the people who are like bashing people who are not getting the vaccine and who are just so arrogant and think, oh, we all need to get the vaccine. I hope they hear everything that we're saying, because like you don't have to get the vaccine. If I decide not to get the vaccine and I'm healthy, there's nothing wrong with that. But like I literally got people who literally won't talk to me because I didn't get the fucking vaccine.
They bugging, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I think like, come on, that's what it's really gonna turn to. Like, especially, you know, once we, because, you know, you could say that we're still in the early stages of this whole vaccine thing, but once we're like a year or two into these vaccines being available and there's still people that haven't gotten it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that start being very, very, you know, kind of biased and negative towards people that didn't, which I think is crazy because, for example, that's part of what that whole, what do they call it, the vaccine passport or whatever, that prove you know, prove that you got the vaccine or not. So things like that, I think, are just going to further start separating us. You're going to have these people that are like, oh, stay away from all the people that didn't get vaccinated, you know, stuff like that. You know,
but
can you imagine they start separating motherfuckers in the airport and shit?
Yeah, and I can see that happening. Like, I did see that happening. Like, they're going to be like, look, if you got vaccinated, you come through here. If you didn't,
you come through here.
But that's where it doesn't make sense to me, because, like I said, I mean, from what I'm hearing, I don't know if there's a change. I don't know if there's any difference. It doesn't stop you being able to spread the virus. You know what I'm saying? The vaccine.
So what does it do? It stops you from being able to get it?
It lessens your chance. Pretty much it lessens your chance of dying from the virus. Yeah.
So like if someone like us was to get the vaccine, if we already weren't, you know, asymptomatic, we would become asymptomatic most likely.
Yeah,
because
we can still we're
healthy young people. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I don't understand why, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna lessen the symptoms of the coronavirus. It's not like it's technically stopping the spread. So all this, you know what I'm saying, it's still coming together, but it's still confusing to me. You feel me? Because, like, what's the point of telling people that they don't have to wear masks no more at a certain point when this is not stopping the spread? It's just lowering, you know what I'm saying, your chances of the effects or the symptoms of coronavirus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's why if you was talking shit, I hope you got that Johnson & Johnson, boy. Now I'm playing. No, I'm playing.
Nah, they good now, though, apparently. Johnson & Johnson
I trust it,
is Gucci now. Yeah. But I'm still not, I don't know, that second batch, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trusting it, but you know what I'm saying? I might, if I get it, I'm going to go get that Moderna or that Pfizer. But
word, facts. I do the two device solution. I'm valid.
So basically that's what's going on with that COVID situation and with the mask situation. I just wanted to say on the side too, you know, there's a lot of countries where, like Japan, for example, where while it's not mandatory, it's kind of common for people to just wear masks all the time. You know what I mean? Like in Japan, they usually just walk around, you know, and that's just because at the end of the day, we human beings, we can still, regardless corona or not, we can catch stuff from each other. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I was in Atlanta once walking down the street and a lady literally, I don't think she did it intentionally, but she sneezed right in my face. Like I felt the particles of her fucking sneeze on my face. Literally that was the day before I left Atlanta. I was sick the whole rest of the week of, you know what I'm saying, when I got back together. So OD, that just goes to show you how easily germs and shit could travel just from someone sneezing or, you know what I mean, coughing on you and shit. So,
for real,
you know,
man,
or drinking that, like it just spread. So, so regardless, I know everyone's tired of the mask, but even when corona ends, I think we should all still practice some sort of, you know, better hygiene and better, like, you know, being afraid of germs, because germs
and that's what I was gonna say too. Like, you can honestly say that, you know, these viruses and diseases have developed because we have dirty motherfuckers that live among us. And I mean, basic human nature, not everybody gonna be clean, but you know, just remember when you get home to wash your hands. You feel me? Because you got 1 in 3 Americans that don't even fucking wash their ass after 24, 48 hours. You feel me? Like, and I mean, everybody got their moments. So I'm talking about like niggas that do that shit consistently. Like, they flip their drawers inside out. Like, I've heard motherfuckers be flipping their drawers inside out now. I've never even heard of that. Like,
the fuck? Like, you mean washing them?
No, I mean like I went through a whole day, you know what I'm saying, thugging it the next day, and rather than like even just taking off my drawers and putting like some basketball shorts on, niggas just flipping their drawers inside out and just wearing the other side.
Nigga, the effort that it would take you to take the drawers off and flip them inside out, you could just get another pair of drawers and put on a new pair of drawers.
You get your ass in the shower.
You know what I'm saying? But if you that desperately don't want to go take a freaking shower, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
why
disgusting.
Flip it out when you can just go put on?
That's nasty, bro.
Yeah, bro.
My God.
And I've heard people personally who do this shit too. So like, it's not just foof. Like, I'm not just hearing rumors.
Like, I know they tripping, bro.
Yeah, they tripping OD.
You gotta tell them to chill. That's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, so next we're gonna talk about the fucking
wash your hands.
Yeah, word.
With soap.
Change underwear.
Change underwear.
Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris.
Oh,
this morning, I believe it was like on Good Morning America or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she had an interview, and there's this black guy who's the Republican senator of like Kentucky or something. I don't know. I don't care enough to even give a crap about the actual details of this. But this dude is he's one of those black far-right Republican senator dudes, and he says that America is not a racist country. I guess that's subjective. I can see why somebody like him might think that. But then Kamala Harris this morning goes on Good Morning America and co-signs it, saying that while America does have a racist past that it needs to
make up for,
not even make up for, but it needs to address, it needs to, keep in mind. She says that she doesn't believe that it's a racist country. That sounds fucking nuts to me because America is not only a country that's not even just racist to black people. You know what I'm saying? It's racist in general. Like
racist in general.
Like everybody here, maybe you can argue, maybe not white men and white women, but everyone here experiences some level of prejudice and racism. So I don't understand how someone, especially Kamala Harris, someone of color, presumably, could say that America is not a racist country. Like,
and this is somebody who's claiming to be West Indian to people. So if you're West Indian, more really want you to protect that team.
That's you know what I'm saying. That's what.
Well, I'm thinking though, like I mean, what else can she say? Like, she can't be like, yeah, we racist. Like, you feel me?
Right, okay. You can't. Obviously, you can't say that. But I thought about it, like, for example, like how I feel Barack Obama might have answered that question. You feel me?
Yeah.
And although he might,
bullshit.
he might not exactly say, "Oh, yeah, this is those race," but he would probably be like, yeah, there's obviously situations going on right now that need to be addressed, especially right now, that are going on that are racially charged, racially involved. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I feel like any smart person though would have said, given the past and given recent things going on, we can say that there are people in America that aren't racist and there are people in America who are racist, but we can't define America as being one or the other. You feel me? But same time,
I would say America is a racist fucking country.
Yeah. Overall, though, I would say so. But I'm saying, given a political response is what I would say.
I guess if you got to be political, but
if you have to give a political response, at least say some bullshit like that.
When you have certain political responsibilities, especially like her, for example, you are the first. Not only are you the first woman president or vice president, you're the first black woman vice president. I don't care what anybody wants to say. Both her and Joe Biden, I'm pretty sure their votes were heavily influenced by black voters.
Yes, sir.
So I feel like once that's the case, you have a certain responsibility where if people ask you certain questions, you know what I mean? Because to me, that's like you saying,
you got to stand up for the majority.
Yeah, you got to stand up for majority and have some type of backbone. Like, to me, you saying that is like you saying, oh no, America used to be racist, but it's not racist no more. Which is, come on, that's kind of bullshit. Like, that's, what I'm saying? Like, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? It's straight bullshit. Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, clearly we're not like, it's not Jim Crow era where, shit is segregated. Black people have different fountains or whatever, or different stores. But there's clearly racism heavily afoot.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
maybe
bro.
she should.
Like,
Maybe
bro,
she should.
it's so bad that people are openly racist on fucking TikTok, and I don't know how they're getting away with it. Like, the shit is
I'm
crazy.
saying, like, I mean, and that's the crazy thing about racism in a country like America, where you have First Amendment, Second, all these rights, freedom of speech. How do you really punish racism? It's not.
I guess hate crimes, but that's if.
But you have to commit.
You have to commit.
You have to.
Like
For example, if I
crime.
go punch somebody or hit somebody or rob somebody just because they are what they are, I can get in trouble for that because it's a crime. But I can't get arrested just for hating Spanish people or just for hating Indian people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be an actual. So I don't know. I guess racism is, and that's why I don't think it's even bad to say America is a racist country because, what can we do about it? It is because it's racist because there's always going to be people that are racist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and again, black people are not the only people that are victim of racism in this country. Like, you know what I mean? So, you have countries like India, China, right? Where everyone basically looks the same. So you can't even fucking be racist. You can hate this nigga because his house is bigger than yours, but you can't hate him because he's black or because you know what I'm saying? So America is so diverse and such a melting pot of people. Yeah, it's going to be racist. There's going to be people that
maybe she could have said something like, you know what I'm saying, we're building to change the narrative or what I'm saying, change
something like that too.
You know, so where we're moving when it comes to racism in this country and stuff like that.
Right. But it's not what she said. She said America's not a racist country.
Flat out ran with it.
She said that with a lot of confidence too.
A lot of confidence, and and again, that's why this lady's not my vice president. I don't know who the fuck voted her in, but not me, because
it's the
like
same
I said,
lady that said the best rapper alive right now is Tupac.
Yep. And then when the girl informed her that Tupac is not alive.
No, there's no way she said that, bro.
Oh, you can look it up. It's an interview. And when the girl informed her,
Jay told me, and I looked that shit up.
When the girl informs her that Tupac is not an alive rapper, she goes on to basically say like, oh, she couldn't name one. She couldn't even make some shit up.
She couldn't even say Future like most people.
Yeah, like say like Future or Kendrick Lamar or something.
Drake, bro. You start telling me she don't know who Drake is?
Yeah, or Drake.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's wild. That's wild. I wonder how the Trump supporters feel about her right now, especially after you know what I'm saying, her saying that.
They sending her applications right now. They trying to recruit her.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, just like the dude Tim Scott or whatever his name is, the black dude that originated this thing, this saying, it just seems like if you're a black person who was born and raised in America, and you think that way, or you clearly are on a whole different. You must have had some way different experiences than. And that's what I'm thinking. Like, do those people that feel that way that are black, did they truly never have any? Can they not say that they ever experienced any kind of like racist situation, or do they just ignore the ones that happen to them? Strange, bro.
What happens is they get stuck on probably search on YouTube one day and get into all these conspiracies, and now you know what I'm saying, they trying to that's what they be repping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's it. They just buying into that crap. You feel me? And they want to be the opposite of what you know what I'm saying the majority of black people are for. I don't know.
Yeah, for some reason. But hey, it is what it is. So I feel like everyone should just know that that's, that was said, and that's how she feels about that. And maybe you're black and maybe you feel the same way. And if you do, like I said, I'm interested to know the experience of other black people that live in this country that feel that way, that this country is not racist, and what makes them feel that way, like why they, you know what I mean, like, because like I said, I feel the opposite. But here's what it is. So next, let's talk real quick about the Chauvin verdict, which is trial's done, verdict is done. Just pretty interesting to me.
It was great to see.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to see that, but what was funny is that during this entire trial, the one thing that I could say that I at least kind of had respect or a sliver of respect for Derek Chauvin was that his demeanor the whole trial came off as if he accepted what had occurred and that he was willing to and ready to accept whatever his punishment was going to be. You know what I mean? Or in other words, I felt that he assumed he was probably, more than likely going to go to prison. Mm-hmm. From what I saw when they read this verdict and the height of his eyebrows, every guilty verdict, his eyebrow got higher and higher. I don't think that man had thought, I don't know what the hell he was writing this whole time. He couldn't have been writing what was going on in that trial, because if you was writing what was going on in that trial, you had to have known. Clearly, shit was not looking good for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was kind of on the fence. It wasn't really leaning towards you getting sent home.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of surprised to see that he looked kind of shocked too. Like, damn, they really found me guilty on all 3 charges. Like, I'm really about to go to prison for this. But it happened. So my question to y'all though is, one, do you think that was it expected? Are you surprised by that verdict? And also, do you think this is going to become a trend now? Do you think not a trend, maybe, I don't think it's going to be a trend, but do you think that we'll start to see more officers be convicted of these murders?
I'll go first real quick. Am I surprised by the verdict?
Yeah.
No. Given the fact that I've watched, every day, and definitely shout out to you and, shout out to my friend Amanda. Y'all actually been keeping me on my toes, like watching this shit like every day. And like, definitely just from watching it, you can tell that, it wasn't looking good. Like whatever was I'm not going to say deemed maximum, but as far as him being guilty on all counts, it was looking that way. And I'm glad it fell through that way. But my only skeptical thing about this is, no, I don't feel like this is going to be an ongoing trend. I feel like it's going to be dependent on, whatever laws are in place, because from what I understand in their state laws, even though he was found guilty for all 3, they're only going to sentence him for the worser charge. So he's not going to get all of the years combined. They're only going to sentence him for the maximum for whatever the worst charge of them all, which I think it would be the 2nd-degree manslaughter. I forgot it was one of them. I can't remember. But they said he would only get the maximum of that, which means if he does half of that, he might only go to prison for like 12 to 15 years at most. So, and that's on good behavior. So we got to wait to see what the sentencing really is. But based on their state laws, that's what it's looking like. So I don't think this is necessarily a time to celebrate. I really hope like us as Black people don't look at this as a time to celebrate, because this is just a step forward. Him even being found guilty. Now we need to make sure he's sentenced the right way, and definitely keep our foot on motherfuckers' necks moving forward, because I mean,
no pun intended.
No pun intended for real, because like even with him being sentenced, like we're not sentenced, even with him being like the verdict being decided, you still had motherfuckers getting killed. And
yeah, we're gonna talk about that next. But
but
real quick, Don, what about you? Did you expect this verdict? Did it go sideways? And also, do you think we're gonna see other officers get convicted?
So yeah, I definitely expected that verdict. As for other officers getting convicted, I don't think so, unless it gets as much national attention as this one did. Like this one went crazy when it came to national attention.
I feel like the attention contributed.
The attention,
no, it's a fact.
Yeah, definitely contributed. But yeah, no, I did expect, like if the same situation happened and it didn't get as much national attention, and they went to court and all those facts were brought up and things like that, right, I think he probably would have still got charged, man. Like, because I don't know, they had such good, lawyers on the case, and it just wasn't looking good for Chauvin at all. You know what I mean? Right. So I think,
again, what helped this case, I feel like, is that there was so much visual evidence of
exactly.
I was just gonna say that. All the 17-year-old girl who recorded the whole thing. Yeah, shout out to her. And then obviously the body cam footage, shout out to the new technology with the body cams. Like that helped a lot too. Yeah.
Because think about it, if like this had happened and like they didn't have the cameras, like it'd be over. Like, like,
a different story.
Chauvin wouldn't even be arrested. And it's crazy. They didn't even arrest him because it got so much national attention. That's the only reason they arrested him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I say, like, in other cases, I don't think it's gonna get to that level unless it gets national attention.
It's the funny thing, which is what we're gonna get into talking about next, is like for something to get so much national attention, or enough attention that it's even worth making a movement or something happening, it kind of has to be a singular or isolated event. You get what I'm saying? And ironically, since this trial started, there has been back to back to back to almost daily killing similar to this.
Yeah.
And I think what's so crazy about this whole thing is that while it's obviously people are dying, it's not good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's bringing attention to it, but now it's becoming so abundant that it's like you can't even put too much attention on one incident. That
because
they're all
one's happening tomorrow.
And they're all becoming nothing. It's like there's so much now, and I feel like it's not. I don't want to say that these cops are doing this intentionally now since the verdict or whatever, that they're trying to prove a point, but I feel like this might hurt us more than it does, you know, than it does help us because. Yeah. Like I said, bro, this shit is so much now. It's like you can't even put attention on one of these shits. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like so much of them.
Like every day you just keep one keeps going back further in your memory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't even think. You're like, damn, that last one don't barely even mean shit now because this new one.
It's wild. It's wild. And people keep bringing up, oh, you know what I'm saying? White people get killed by the cops too. But bro, I'm not seeing it. Like I don't know if it's
you know what
I'm saying? I ain't seeing
bro.
it.
And again,
somebody show it to me, please.
That's what I'm saying. And the thing about that too is like, okay, now we're not gonna say obviously. I'm sure there's some white dudes that have gotten killed by police officers. I would take that argument, but the argument I would not take. It is clearly a lot easier to die by the hands of police if you are black than if you are any other race, right?
Facts.
No, does that not seem the case? Because if we look at it, right, just like all these shootings. These mass shootings, right? I think I saw Dawn. I think I saw you post something about it today or yesterday or something like that.
Oh yeah.
For these mass shooters to die, if we could go as far back as Columbine, for them to die, they literally have to kill themselves at the scene of the crime. Yeah. If you're black, all you gotta do is move a little bit too shifty in a car with just you in there,
or run from a cop,
or run. You know, turn around and start running.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
And here's that, and then these things is what gives birth to things like, okay, the Black Lives Matter movement, and then you got people that want to say, oh, that's prejudice because all lives matter, and you're saying it's like clearly this is a thing saying that there's a specific group of people right now whose lives are basically endangered, being targeted. Mm-hmm. Upon just interacting with police officers, which that's bizarre, man. That's bizarre because there's now we have the whole mixing your taser up with the gun thing. So
I don't blood clot understand how that happened more than one situation. That happened more than one situation.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it.
So even the minimal things they could do, like okay, tase them, which is what we're going to talk about next. Is these two, which I assume are the most recent situations. Mm-hmm. The Andrew Brown situation and the Michaela Bryant situation.
Mm-hmm.
So the Andrew Brown situation, I don't think they've released an actual video of that to the public yet. I heard his family saw the video, and from what they claim, he got straight up executed. He was shot in the back of the head, which I don't even know how that happens.
And that was the guy that ran off, that tried to run.
Yeah, I guess he tried to run. Yeah, right.
I ain't gonna lie, they pulled up on homie deep. They pulled up.
So you saw a video?
I saw like part of a video. Like it doesn't show when they like actually like shot at him, but you see visual of like it looked like a public camera, maybe someone's like ring camera outside or something like that. You see when the cops was pulling up, they pulled up a pickup truck. Full of dudes. And another squatty, like little, like, Ford, bullshit, all white tinted car behind. And apparently they pulled up on him. He tried to pull off, and I guess they just like shot at the car. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like the narrative as far as like black people getting shot at first, we was even up here saying like, yo, black people, like, just don't run away. You know what I'm saying? If they pull up on you, just surrender yourself, just give it up because it's not worth your life. But it's like in certain situations, now it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, like you said, you got white people running off or doing that.
But that's what I'm saying, my nigga. I'm still not. Yeah. If we black, you got to know your position because from times when I was in high school, I done seen white boys and white girls literally get into the face of police officers, like about to fight them. And I done seen black kids get pepper sprayed just for fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. You gotta know your position and know like, all right, just because them niggas can do that does not mean that I can do it.
That's the thing. And
but what I was saying, like as far as that, like I could understand where us as black people now are getting pissed off because it's like white people can run away, but we can't now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy.
My thing on that, yes, it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit here all day and say, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? Your life is first. I don't care.
Facts.
Keep it. Make sure you survive. Make sure you go home that night. Don't be crazy and run off. You know what I'm saying? When a cop comes, but
that's a fact.
If you do, man, I don't want the cop shoot. I'm not gonna ever agree with a cop killing somebody for, you know what I'm saying, trying to run or trying to drive off or trying to escape. Like I said, these mass shooters, bro, kill them. Don't kill the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? It's a drug. Yeah. Like, yo, catch them next time or something like that, yo. Like,
we're talking about people that by the time 12 even pulls up on them, they've done murked 10, 12 people by now. What do you even want to question them about?
From the parking lot to the manager's office.
Like, and what do we need to talk about? What we need to talk about, bro? Do we even really care why they did this?
The team with a talk, I would gun them.
and like Don saying, if you're gonna be shooting drug dealers, teenage boys, you know, niggas, girls, whatever, teenage girls or whatever, you gotta start killing these mass shooter niggas, dog, on site. You gotta start just shooting them on site.
Facts.
And until
don't even send the regular squaddies in, either bring the SWAT and shot the
nigga, because if a mass shooter deserves his day in court with his fully alive in his body, why not a drug dealer? Why whatever reason you pulling over this black person for? I don't get it, man.
So until they killing them dudes, the mass shooters on site, I'm never gonna agree with, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, the Michaela incident, man. Like, I'm never gonna say that an incident like that was justified because, you know what I'm saying? We all know the situation. You know, like it happened, and I'm not gonna put the blame like completely on the cop, but I'm still gonna like put it on the system, bro. You know what I'm saying? The training. You know, that's why a lot of people say police reform.
All right, let me ask you this though. Right? Because then we're gonna end it with talking about this Ma'Khia Bryant thing, because this is kind of very, you know, debatable. And let me ask Don first and Clay. Let me ask you this. Let's say you the father of the girl that she was about to stab with that knife. Mm-hmm. Do you think the police did the right thing or no?
All right, so that's a good question. Did the police do the right thing?
If you're the father of that girl that she ran up with that knife, and you're her father, that girl's father, do you think the police did the right thing?
I mean, yes and no. I'm gonna tell you why. So I don't want to say he did the right thing. He acted on impulse. He did what at that point he believed he had to do, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so if that happened, I'm be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's just situation, he had to do it, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm that father, I mean, I don't know, because I don't know the situation. I don't know if the father knew the other girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe he wanted the other girl to die. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know the situation with the girl's parents, but from what I understand, this happened at a foster home. Like, like a group of girls.
So these girls were like her foster sisters.
Yeah, they knew each other. I believe.
Like, they all lived in one house, and that's why
that makes a lot more sense.
And shit like that happens. So, like, for the cop to pull a gun out, it's like, bro, you expected some shit like this to happen.
Okay,
like,
but let me explain to y'all. First off, and this is anything off rip, you can search this up. I'm not lying to you. When cops are given calls to go on things, they are not given full-blown details of the situation. For example, a situation like that, let's say the situation is a crazy girl going crazy in the house, she's about to kill, that's considered just a domestic disturbance. Yeah. That's just a number over the radio.
Yeah,
that's why when cops pull up, the first thing they ask you could have told 911 the whole get down. The first thing cops ask when they pull up is, what happened? What's going on?
Okay. I know that.
Let me finish though. Now, if you the cop, right, and again, think a bit like you this girl's the girl who's about to get stabbed's father, someone who cares about her or whatever, right? Let's say that situation happened. The cop stood there, did not shoot Shorty, did not shoot Ma'Khia or whatever her name is, and your daughter got stabbed up and died. Would you not now say to the police officer, bruh, especially looking at that body cam video, you stood there and watched my daughter get stabbed up like that, you didn't shoot the bitch? And mind you, now think about the police officer. He don't know Micaiah is no 15-year-old girl. He don't know that this is no girl that's a foster girl. All he sees upon pulling up at the scene is a woman flying out of a house with a wielding a knife, literally about to stab another girl to death.
Yeah.
I don't think this man did nothing wrong, dog.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what. Yeah, I wouldn't like.
It's a sticky situation.
I wouldn't agree with people saying that the cop did anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. He, you know what I'm saying, acted how, like, impulse and how he's supposed to act in a quick minute. But it's good that you brought up those radio calls, right? And this is why I talk about training, right? When it comes to police officers. If you get a situation over the phone and then they just hit a cop with a code. Oh, this is a 187. This is a da-da-da. This is, you know what I'm saying? And the cop goes there. No information. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it starts from there. You know what I mean? Like, take a little while longer and explain to the, you know what I'm saying, cop what's going on.
If you look at the video, the nigga had no.
That's what I'm saying. He had no.
Pulling up and asking what happened.
Exactly.
Shorty come busting out the house like.
He had no idea.
If you a cop, what your real job is supposed to be is to protect and to serve, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Protect first. Not even thinking if the person matters to you, family member, not stranger, whatever. Imagine your mama call you, your mama like, EJ, so-and-so is here at the crib going crazy. Even if she not, you, all right, I'm gonna pull up. You pull up and the first thing you see is a nigga coming out the house. You not even thinking, you just pop.
And that's what I'm saying. If he had got more information, maybe from you know what I'm saying, like I said, the operator, he would have, you know what I'm saying, been able to, like, and that all goes with training. Like, I heard from somebody that, you know what I'm saying, like, I guess trained as a cop or whatever, and they told me that the training videos, that a lot of the training videos that they have is you know what I'm saying, black people on training videos that are the aggressors, that are, you know what I'm saying, you know, like all that. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. Like, so.
Do they have trainings for mass shooting? Do they have mass shooting training videos?
Probably not.
They need it.
Clearly they don't.
No, they probably do. They probably do. They'll be like, extract the shooter. Extract the shooter. Make sure the shooter's out there safely. Yeah. But yeah, so like the showing the black people always as aggressors now, like, so this is why it's like sometimes I don't really say, oh, this cop is racist or, you know what I'm saying, da-da-da, because it has a lot to do with training. Because if you're seeing that in your training videos, now you're already, like, your brain's already locked in to where when you, your subconscious, you can say, yo, I'm not racist.
Mind you, exactly.
Bro, they did a whole experiment with that, bro. Like,
it's all, we all inside of us are, I like to call it at least stereotypical. You know what I'm saying? We might not all be racist, but we all do have stereotypes that we project and that we also expect out of people. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's like, because, all right, for example, Micaiah Bryant's situation. You really want to tell me that cop shot her because she was black? You know what I'm saying? That there was racism involved in that situation? Come on. You could even say, yeah, he was being a bit aggressive. Maybe he was being proactive. Maybe he was being overzealous. But come on, dog. I don't think he like, as quick as that situation happened, as I saw on camera, I don't think he had a lot of time to even think like, oh, black girl, let me shoot her because she's about to kill somebody. Like, nah, bro. I think he saw that knife and was like, nah. I can't.
But I ain't gonna lie, though, a lot of credit to him to even like get that shot off the way he did, because it was like they were so close together.
And that's why, you know, he must have really saw that knife and was like, I need to shoot the aggressor. I need to shoot the person that is trying to kill this other girl.
Yeah, and then she's a big girl, so he didn't want to shoot her just one time, and then she still keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Which I ain't gonna cut cap. To that is what I've told people. To my extent, I feel like maybe he didn't have to put like 4 rounds in her or something like that.
Yeah, he had to do 4. He had to do 4.
I didn't think he had to do all of that.
That's another thing. That's another thing when it comes to training, bro. When cops are trained, they train to shoot to kill, right? Like if you're shooting somebody, if you got to pull your gun out and you have to shoot, you got to kill. I mean gun owners too. Like, if you pull your gun out, like, shoot to kill. You're not gonna shoot, you know what I'm saying, just to wound somebody. But I think that needs to be changed as well. Like, shoot to like disarm, or shoot to protect, or what, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Yeah, I don't think you need to be shooting to kill. But
you know what I'm saying? Skrilla's been going pretty ham in his chat. Let me see this man saying.
Shout out to Skrilla tonight. You been wild.
Yeah. So you're saying, like, suppose there's been plenty of times
recently where cops decided not to kill a black person. How would we know? I don't think, I mean, obviously, which I think is true. I think there's probably cops. Listen, right now, I can guarantee you, there's probably white cops don't even want to pull over black people. They're probably like, let them go.
Do me that favor. Let me go. Don't
even fuck with me, bro. There's probably some white cops right now. They're like, look, I ain't even pulling over black people. I don't even want to get into the situation with these niggas. So,
but you know what's crazy about that? Like when you know what I'm saying, a lot of people say they hate 12. To be honest, like I don't like street cops, bro. Like I rather like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes.
When you say street cops, what you talking about?
Street cops, like the
like
ones
patrol,
who,
like a regular officer.
Yeah, like that's what the one people call troll. They're the ones who go around looking for stuff. I fuck with like the FBI and stuff like that. Bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They do real stuff. Like they try to find out.
But you gotta climb the ranks. You gotta go through.
But the petty shit to the real.
You gotta go through that. And sometimes that's the motivation for a lot of these guys. They want to get as much stripes as they can as a petty police officer, so that they can climb the ranks to become, a sergeant or SWAT detective, whatever. You know what I mean? But it's true, and that's why police reform and police training, like we talk about every week, is the most important thing, because these officers are the ones that we are interacting with on the street. You know what I'm saying? You don't see the judge until you get a case, bro. You don't get a jury until there's a trial. You know what I'm saying? Don't let a street cop be your judge, jury, and executioner, man.
They're the ones. Street cops are the ones with the what do you call it? Power trips, the egos.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because they the ones patrolling, like you said, they the ones on the road.
Situation where you have to shoot somebody is probably very difficult to think of.
Yeah, for some people, I'd imagine for other people, situation where you have to shoot somebody comes very easily. To them, it's probably like, well, once I see them doing this, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but I do think that for the most part, with some of these cops, with the exception of obviously Derek Chauvin, I think sometimes for them it is a little bit shell shock to kill somebody like that. Because even now, I ain't gonna cap. What's the kid before this one? What was it, Dante Wright? The one that the white lady shot him?
Right. That was the one with the air freshener, right?
Yeah, the air freshener.
Yeah.
Even with that lady, she clearly, quote unquote, talking about she was reaching for whatever bullcrap that she was reaching for her taser. But when she did shoot him, I feel like she was kind of shocked, like, damn, I just shot this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the one benefit of the doubt that I did want to give her, is like, it's not like she shot him more than once. She shot him once and was like, oh shit, you feel me? So,
and it's not like Derek Chauvin where she literally, had her knee on someone's neck while they were dying, screaming out that they were dying.
For 8-9 minutes.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's the thing with these things. Like, all these things need to be looked at individually and looked at for what they are.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, I still stick to, bro, like, we see the reason that he got pulled over. You know what I'm saying? Dante Wright, the air freshener in the back. That's the, you know what I'm saying? So I don't care. Like, I don't know. People talk about, it's the law, you know what I'm saying? But
nah, bro, because the funny thing, like,
profiling.
Yeah, because there's certain shit that's the law, but if you gotta be fair. If you're gonna pull, I feel like there's certain shit that's a law just to allow police officers to pull over certain people for nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, air freshener bullshit. It's just so that they could see somebody with air freshener in their car, and if they look suspicious, pull them over.
That's the reason why I pulled you over.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like, these are those kind of laws are the laws that people are talking about when they say that there are laws set up to protect police officers and set up to protect law enforcement and the government. You know what I mean? Like, so it is what it is. But I don't know, man. Between the police shootings and the mass shootings, seems like they're in like competition within the past 2 weeks or so. Like, shit's just been going crazy, bro. Like, and it goes to show you that all the problems of the country don't lie on the president, bro. Because a lot of these problems that Trump is out, but we still got some of these problems. Some of them are still here. So it's about us and how we infiltrate the government and how we get certain laws to work in our favor and not against us. But that's a whole different thing,
Yeah, and that's why, again, I hope people don't take this, Derek Chauvin situation, regardless of how it pans out with the sentencing.
Right.
We still got a lot more work to do. This is just half a step. I don't even take this as like a full step because we don't know what the sentencing is yet. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that he's found guilty, is a decent step, but it's not a big step forward.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, that's all we got for episode 28. I believe that we kept it not short, but we kept it shorter than usual, I believe. I got nothing else to say other than the fact, like I said, the Cashapp is down there. Anybody anytime you want to donate, whatever it is, $1, whatever, we definitely gonna put it back into building this show and building up this YouTube and this channel, this podcast.
Facts.
Don, I believe, some merch that's coming too, some t-shirts and stuff like that. Don, I believe you got a show coming up.
Oh yeah. So May 16th.
We will all be in attendance of. We will all be there. Maybe somehow.
TV, gonna be in Palm
me
Beach.
and Don will be performing. That's right.
Yeah, both of y'all niggas gonna be performing.
So we gonna
we'll all be in the building.
May 14th, I got Universe dropping. For those who don't know, pre-save link.
And I was actually, and no funny shit, I was privileged enough to hear Universe, and I think its entirety over the past weekend. And that shit is hard. Like, I'm not even capping. I'm not saying that because I know this nigga or because like whatever, but that shit is a hard album. Like, it's definitely real album, not no like mixtape or no nothing like that. Songs on there are tough.
Well thought out too. That's a fact.
I heard the joint with y'all that y'all made too. Like, all hard tracks on there. Nothing I heard was mediocre at all. Not gonna lie.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Don had me come out my bag, man. I had to come on there different and really talk that talk. You feel me? So
May 14th.
Yeah, man. May 14th.
Interesting weekend. We definitely gonna be out there.
And then we'll be performing in West Palm Beach on the 16th, which is that Sunday. So, and I believe Don got the release. Do you announce the release, John, yet for that weekend or not?
Yeah, for the 14th. Yep.
Oh, are you doing the party the 14th too? Okay, so we turning up, man. That whole weekend we getting litty.
Hell yeah.
And we'll figure out.
Kiss my ass.
We gonna figure out something as far as the podcast. We'll try to do some shit. Even
probably do some live or like all of us together or something like that.
Yeah, us together in like a room, or we even like live stream a little bit from the podcast, the Instagram from the show or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can check it out. Whatever. All right, y'all. Thanks to everybody that was in the chat rocking with us. Grilla, you was the MVP of the day. You said the most stuff. Everybody else was kind of just listening, but we feel y'all. You know what I'm saying? But like, comment, subscribe.
Follow the ting. Don't know. Have to turn your post notifications on, please, because we got more news and more things are going. Yeah.
And we will get back on the Monday, Friday regular schedule. We've been slacking.
We're gonna get back on track.
That's a fact.
We're gonna have back on that. All right, y'all.
All right, y'all, gang.
Peace out.
Pop up on that.